Hello, lovely students. It's so nice to have you once again. You're welcome to class. In your previous lesson, you learned the meaning of source document, types of source document. In this lesson, I'll be teaching journals. Journals. Students, sometimes you have what is called diary, where you record what happens. But in this case, we are going to see the meaning of a journal. It's a simple book of accounts in which all the business transactions are recorded before posted to a ledger account. Just like you have your personal diary where you document whatever you want to document for your events, so also organizations have journals. Now, there are different names a journal can be called. These names can be used one after the other. You could decide to call it one of the following names I'll be explaining, all right? But that is to tell you that journals have various names. And these names are: a journal could be called a book of first entry. It could also be called a book of original entry, a book of prime entry. A journal could also be called a day book. It could also be called a subsidiary book. All right. Now, there are types of journal. We have the general journal and the special journal. The general journal can also be called journal proper. This journal is kind of a book that gives the details or proper description of the transaction that took place. Let's look at what general journal is. A general journal is also known as journal proper. Now, this is used to show the account to be debited and credited with a short narration of transaction before transferring them into the ledger. All right, I'll be showing you the format of preparing this journal proper. Okay, but first of all, let's look at the uses of general journal, which is also known as journal proper. 1. It is used for opening entries. Secondly, it is used for closing entries. Thirdly, it is used for correction of errors. And it is also used for transfer between accounts. Now look at the format of journal proper. It begins with the date, particulars, folio, debit, and credit. In other words, the format for this kind of journal must begin with the date, followed by the particulars, the folio, debit, and credit. Now, special journal is a journal used for recording transactions carried out on credit. It has a lot of journals embedded in these special journals. I'll be taking them one after the other. Okay, now it begins with sales journal or sales day book. This is also known as day book. It is used for recording the business daily credit sales. All right, this is under the special journal. This is different from general journal or journal proper. The second type under the special journal is referred to as purchases journal, or you could call it purchase day book. What is this used for? Well, it is used exclusively for keeping credit purchases. Remember, the name is purchase journal or purchase day book. And then the third is return inwards journal. Take note of this. Goods returned by customers to the organization are called return inwards or sales return. The format for this is date, particulars, folio, details, and amount. It is transferred to the debit side of return inwards. Now, return outward journal. This is also known as purchase return, which is returning of goods from an organization to their supplier, and it is normally recorded or transferred to the credit side of the return outward account in the general ledger. Okay? Now, this will take us to reasons why a customer may return goods. It could be wrong size, wrong color, wrong quality, or wrong quantity. When this happens, every customer has the right to return those goods. Now, once again, a journal is a form of diary in which the day-to-day transactions of a business are recorded in order in which they occur. The transactions recorded in a journal are usually transferred later to ledger accounts. For this reason, journals are called books of original entry. All right, that'll be all for this lesson. I hope to see you next class. Please stay safe and bye-bye.